Last game of the night here on January 15th, the Los Angeles Clippers destroy the Sacramento Kings 138-100. So the Clippers, they're on a mission this season. They have a chip on their shoulder after blowing that series to the Nuggets last year, and they show it in this one. They improved to 9-4, and the Kings fall to 5-8 on the season. Serge Ibaka, 6 points, 3 rebounds, 5 assists in this one, 3 for 4 from the field in 18 minutes of play. So Ibaka, he didn't get to play much in this game. This game, it was a blowout from the get-go, and this Clipper team's playing well. And Serge Ibaka, he still has fantasy value, in my opinion. He's going to start at center. Like I've been saying, no one's going to really take his minutes. The only way things are going to go south for him is obviously an injury or blowout games like this, where he's only going to play 15, 20 minutes. Nicholas Batum, he did a decent stat line in this one in only 21 minutes of play. 6.6 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 for 5 from the field, 1 for 3 from downtown. So Batum, he's been pretty solid this season. And I think he's in the top 80 in the fantasy rankings. So that's pretty solid for a guy you most likely added on the waiver wire. And he's starting for this team. He's got a decent role. And he's a player that should be rostered in all 12-team leagues or deeper at this time. Kawhi Leonard, another good game for him. 27 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists, 10 of 15 from the field, and 1 for 3 from downtown. So Kawhi Leonard, he continues to be well this season. He was stopped by the mouth injury for a couple games, but besides that, he's played in every single game this season, and hopefully it continues for Leonard. If you could get 60 games played out of the 72, that's a great success for Kawhi Leonard and fantasy owners who own him. The Clippers, they're not holding back this season. They're trying to win every game, it seems like, and so far they're doing a pretty good job of it being second in the Western Conference. Reggie Jackson, he got the spot start in this one. Patrick Beverley was out with personal issues. But Jackson, he had a decent game. 11 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 4 for 9 from the field, and 3 for 6 from the downtown. Jackson, he's not a recommended ad. He's a player who needs an injury to Beverley and crazy playing time for him to be valued in fantasy basketball. Paul George, another great game for him. 26 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 8 of 14 from the field, and 4 for 8 from downtown. So PG-13, he's having a great season. He's trying to prove the haters wrong this year and prove people that are doubting the Clippers and George, and that's what he's exactly doing. But George, we got to see it in the playoffs, obviously. So when the time comes, we'll see what he could do. But for fantasy basketball, he's been a stud so far and worth the pick where he went in 3rd or 4th round in most leagues. Man, in this game, he got an expanded role because of the blowout. 30 minutes, 13 points, 9 rebounds and an assist, but he don't have fantasy value. Once Beverley comes back, he's not going to see the court. And also with Lou Williams, who's got discomfort in his hip, so man, he's not going to play minutes when Williams and Beverley come back. Kennard in this one, 29 minutes of play, 14 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists, 6 of 8 from the field, and 2 for 2 from the three-point line for Luke Kennard. Marcus Morris in this one, he played 18 points, 1 assist, 7 of 12 from the field, and 4 for 6 from downtown. So I think Morris, he's a good guy to get in fantasy leagues of 12-team leagues or deeper. He's going to help you in scoring the basketball. Usually he's a decent rebounder as well, but in this game he didn't get anything on the rebounding side of things, but he went 7 for 12 and added 4 threes, which is pretty good. And Zubac, 20 minutes of work, 6.7 boards, and an assist, 3 for 5 from the field. Him too, he would need an injury to one of the bigs or something for him to have good fantasy value. So that was the Clipper side of things. Now let's go to the Kings. Raquan Holmes, another good game for him. 17 points, 5 rebounds, 8 for 11 from the field for Holmes. So Holmes, he's been very good this season in fantasy basketball. He's ranked in the top 25 to 30 right now. His field goal percentage has been great the last 5-6 games. And he's getting the job done for the Kings and fantasy owners. And Holmes, he was drafted in the 9th or 10th round of most leagues, and he's really paying off for teams. But I said to sell him early last week and sell him high because I think you could package him with someone else for a great player. And if you want to do that, do it. If not, it is what it is. But I don't think Holmes' value will peak as it has right now. Harrison Barnes, he's dropped off a little the last couple games here for Sacramento. 14 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 of 12 from the field, 1 of 3 from three-point range. So Barnes this season, he wasn't drafted in many fantasy leagues, but he's been solid so far this year. But he was averaging 20 plus points a game, but now the last couple games he's only been 12 to 14 point games he's been getting. But Barnes, he's playing big minutes, he's starting, he's one of the higher paid guys on this roster, so he's going to get every opportunity to shine. Marvin Bagley, he had a good bounce back game in this one. 20 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 8 of 12 from the field, and he added 2 threes in 4 attempts. Bagley, he's a tricky guy to own in fantasy. He's up and down, he's inconsistent, but on this night, he had a good ball game, even though this game was over early and often, that they pretty much lost by 40 points was this King team. But Bagley, he continues to get better, hopefully, as the games go on. De'Aaron Fox, he had a quiet night for his standards. 14 points, 1 rebound, 3 assists, 6 of 11 from the field, and 1 for 2 from the foul line, and 1 for 3 from 3. So Fox, he's a solid player. You know what you're going to get from him. And it's just a down game. Like I said, they lost by 38 points. So the starters, they were out by the third quarter on both sides. And not a lot of fantasy numbers for known guys in this one. Buddy Hield, the field goal percentage struggles continue for him. 3 for 11 in this one. 9 points, 1 rebound, 5 assists, 2 for 9 from downtown. So Hield, it seems like 70-80% of his shots are 3-point attempts like he did in this one. And Hield, he's been off most of the season. His shooting percentage is about 40% on the year, and that's something he's really got to improve on if he wants to take a next step. So fantasy owners, they're probably a little frustrated at what Hield's been giving them so far. Halliburton off the bench again, 24 minutes, 5 points, 2 rebounds, 5 assists. Halliburton, he should be owned in 14-team leagues or deeper. He's going to get more opportunities as the season goes on, but right now you're going to see some inconsistency from him. Glenn Robinson, 20 minutes, 5 points. He has no value. Metu, he had a good ball game, but this was out of hand. So that was the January 15th fantasy basketball and NBA recap here.